When we think of a circus, we often imagine clowns, acrobats, jugglers, or some incredible animal tricks. However, there is one such group of individuals who defy every aspect of normalcy. These so-called circus freaks are not just mere performers, but they are also living examples of human diversity and uniqueness. With grotesque physical features and abilities that are far beyond the ordinary, these phenomenal humans have left an indelible mark on the history of circus entertainment. And in today's video, we take a deeper look into the lives of 15 such individuals whose stories are as fascinating as they are bizarre. Myrtle Corbin, the four-legged lady. One of the most famous circus freaks of all time is Myrtle Corbin, who is very popularly known as the four-legged lady. She was born in 1868 in Lincoln County, Tennessee, with a rare condition called depoos, which caused her to have two separate pelvises and a smaller set of inner legs. When she was just a month old, her father began exhibiting her for a dime to curious neighbors. However, her uniqueness soon caught the attention of P.T. Barnum, and she began performing in circuses at the young age of 13. She later went on to perform with the renowned Ringling Brothers Circus and even a freak show at Coney Island. Despite her extraordinary condition, Myrtle lived a fulfilling life and was married to James Clinton Bicknell, with whom she had 5 children. Joseph KY Merrick. In the history of circuses, only a handful of performers have ever achieved the level of fame, both during and after their lifetimes, as Joseph KY Merrick. This infamous performer, best known as the Elephant Man, was born in 1862 in Leicester, England, and was a normal, healthy infant at birth. However, by the age of 5, he began to develop unusual growths on his skin and bone deformities. As he grew older, these unexplained abnormalities progressed, and for him, life became increasingly difficult. In order to escape from this miserable existence, Merrick decided to exhibit himself as a human curiosity and adopted the moniker of the Elephant Man due to his skin's rough texture and the oversized nature of his head and limbs. This decision eventually led him to the world of circus entertainment, where he received a mixture of both admiration and criticism. Prince Randian. Another notable figure in the history of circuses is Prince Randian, also known as the Human Caterpillar. Randian was born in 1871 in British Guiana with tetraamelia syndrome, a rare genetic disorder that results in the absence of limbs. Despite his disability, he possessed incredible adaptability and resilience, which made him one of the most memorable performers in the circus world. Randian's journey to fame began when he was discovered by P.T. Barnum, the legendary showman known for his elaborate and often controversial circus acts. With no arms or legs, Randian performed a variety of tasks using only his mouth and muscles, including rolling and lighting cigarettes, a feat that left audiences in awe. But beyond the spectacle, Randian had a magnetic personality that drew people to him. He was fluent in multiple languages and was able to support himself and his family through his successful career in the circus. Chang and Eng. Chang and Eng are possibly the most famous circus freaks of all time, and certainly the most famous conjoined twins. These brothers were born in 1811 in Thailand and were joined at the chest by a small piece of cartilage. They also had 2 complete livers that were fused together. Their condition and the location of their birth led them to be known as the Siamese Twins, a term that is still used today to describe conjoined twins. At the age of 18, Chang and Eng were discovered by Robert Hunter, a Scottish merchant who saw their potential as performers. After successfully touring in Europe for several years, they eventually moved to the United States, where they became part of P.T. Barnum's circus. The brothers became extremely wealthy and even went on to marry 2 sisters, with whom they had a combined 21 children. However, in 1874, Eng awoke to find that Chang had died in his sleep. And after 3 hours, Eng had also passed away. Isaac W. Sprag, the living skeleton. Well, as the saying goes, everything has beauty, but not everyone can see it. This statement couldn't be truer when it comes to the story of Isaac W. Sprag, or should we call him the real-life Skeletor. He was born in East Bridgewater, Massachusetts, in 1841, and in his early years, he seemed like any other normal child. However, as he grew older, a mysterious ailment took hold of his body, which caused him to gradually lose weight and transform into a living skeleton by the age of 12. Despite medical experts' attempts to diagnose his condition, it remained a mystery. Some speculate that he may have had a severe form of muscular atrophy. But sometimes, even abnormalities can become an unexpected source of livelihood. Despite his challenges, Isaac found an unexpected livelihood in his early 20s. He became the living skeleton at Barnum's American Museum in New York City. He even got married and had 3 healthy children, His ability to engage with his audience and provide insights into his life and condition made him a popular attraction in the circus world. Charles Sherwood Stratton. While there have been many famous little, dwarf-like people in the history of circuses, none can hold a candle to Charles Sherwood Stratton, better known as General Tom Thumb. This little man, by the age of 5, was only 25 inches tall and weighed a mere 15 pounds. But his small stature did not hinder him from becoming one of the most iconic circus performers in history, and of course, it was another gem, which was discovered by P.T. Barnum. After being hired as an apprentice to the world-famous P.T. Barnum, Stratton's life changed forever. His new stage name, General Tom Thumb, gives him a new identity and an even bigger purpose in life. He was trained to sing, dance, and impersonate famous personalities of the time. At the age of 25, he married Lavinia Warren, which is another little person, in a lavish and heavily publicized ceremony known as the Fairy Wedding. It was attended by thousands of people on the streets of New York where they lived. Grady Stiles, the Lobster Boy. The story of Grady Stiles, Jr., who is publicly known as the Lobster Boy, is a tragic and dark tale in the history of circus performers, one that highlights the harsh realities behind the glamour and entertainment of the circus world. Stiles was born into a family with a long history of ectrodactyly, a condition that causes the fingers and toes to fuse together, giving him a claw-like appearance. Grady's father was already part of a freak show, and he began performing as the Lobster Boy at a very young age. As an adult, he continued to perform alongside his two youngest kids as the Lobster family. However, Stiles had a dark side. He was an abusive alcoholic who often beat his wife. He even went as far as to shoot and kill his oldest daughter's husband-to-be, an 18-year-old kid whom Grady disliked because he had called him a freak. Stiles was eventually convicted of third-degree murder and sentenced to house arrest and 15 years probation. Franchesco Lentini, the third-legged man. Just like Myrtle Corbin, the four-legged lady, Franchesco Lentini was another famous circus freak whose distinct physicality made him a popular attraction in the circus world. Lentini was born in Sicily in 1889 with 3 legs, 4 feet, and 16 toes. Despite facing rejection from his parents and ridicule from his peers, Lentini found acceptance and confidence through performing in the circus. He became an advocate for the differently abled, using his platform to challenge societal norms and perceptions about disability. In the United States, the time spent with the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, where he educated audiences about his life, made him a beloved figure in the world of circus performers. He emphasized the importance of self-acceptance and lived a fulfilling life as a husband, father, and advocate for those with disabilities. Wang, the human unicorn. Horned humans have long been a fascination in mythology and folklore. From the horns of Alexander to the horns of Moses, they have been associated with great powers and abilities. And perhaps the most famous modern-day example of a horned human is Wang the human unicorn. While he didn't actually perform in a freak show, Wang was discovered in Manchuria, China, by an expat Russian banker who was able to take a picture of him and send it off to Robert Ripley, the famous host of Believe It or Not. He was a normal man in every respect except for the 14-inch spire-like horn that grew from the back of his head. Ripley was so fascinated by Wang that he offered a huge cash reward for anyone who could bring him for an appearance in his auditorium. Unfortunately, Wang disappeared from the public eye in the early 1930s and was never heard from again. Schlitzie The Pin Head. The next circus freak that deserves a well-earned mention is Schlitzie, also known as the Pin Head. This title was given to him due to his microcephaly, a neurodevelopmental disorder that left him with a small brain and skull and severe mental retardation. Schlitzie was born in the Bronx in 1901, and despite his condition, he became one of the most beloved and iconic circus performers of all time. He performed in sideshow attractions with many circuses and even ventured into the film industry, starring in the 1928 movie The Sideshow and Todd Browning's 1932 classic Freaks. His last major performance was in 1968, and he passed away in 1971 at the age of 70. Julia Pastrana, the Bear Woman. When discussing the topic of circus freaks, Julia Pastrana's story is one that cannot be ignored or forgotten. The pain, suffering, and exploitation she endured during her brief life is a testament to the degrading and dehumanizing attitudes towards those who are different. She was born in the mountains of Mexico in the 1830s and had 2 rare diseases, generalized hypertrichosis lanuginosa, which caused her to be covered in thick hair, and gingival hyperplasia, which enlarged her facial features. Despite these physical challenges, Julia was multilingual, intelligent, and artistically inclined. However, she became a subject of ridicule and spectacle, with names such as the Ape Woman and the Ugliest Woman in the World being used to describe her. Her husband also took advantage of her uniqueness for profit, showcasing her across North America and Europe. Even in death, Julia did not find peace, as her body and that of her son, who inherited her condition, were mummified and exhibited in a grotesque display. Fanny Mills, the Ohio Bigfoot Lady. Fanny was born in England in 1860 and immigrated to the United States, where she became known as the Ohio Bigfoot Girl due to a rare condition called Milroy disease. Each of her feet measured nearly 17 inches in length, which required specially made shoes. Despite her physical challenges, Fanny joined W.H. Harris's nickel plate circus and became a beloved figure in the world of circus performers. Her congenial personality and openness about her condition made her not just an oddity but a person to connect with. She also found love within the circus community and married fellow performer William Brown. According to some reports, they even received gifts from their fans on their wedding day. Cuckoo the Bird Girl. There are a handful of human marvels and freaks who have left an indelible mark on the collective consciousness. One such performer is Cuckoo the Bird Girl, also known as Minnie Woy. She was born in Georgia with a rare disorder called Firko-Seckel syndrome, which caused her to have a small head and beak-like nose. The initial years of her life were shrouded in mystery, but she was eventually discovered by a showman who saw potential in her unique appearance. She soon became one of the most sought-after attractions in sideshows and vaudeville performances, captivating audiences with her exotic bird-like costumes and dance routines. Her portrayal of a free-spirited bird was both surreal and enchanting, earning her a place in circus history. Johnny Eck, the Amazing Half-Boy. John Eckhart Jr., also known as Johnny Eck, was a multi-talented performer, artist, and illusionist in the world of circus sideshows. He was born with sacral agenesis, a condition that affected his lower body development, leaving him with small, non-functioning legs. But as they say, do not judge a book by its cover. Johnny was more than just a half-man. He was a master of many trades, including music, photography, and even owning a penny arcade. He is most famously known for his role in the cult classic film Freaks and his appearances as a bird creature in Tarzan films. He was often billed as King of the Freaks and was loved by audiences for his unique talents. With his sibling, he performed a notorious trick in Roger Ritt's Magic Show in 1937, where his brother pretended to cut him in half. Johnny continued to entertain and inspire until his passing in 1991. Stephan Bowski, the Lion-Faced Man. The last but certainly not the least circus freak on our list is Stephan Bowski, or should we say, Lionel the Lion-Faced Man. Stephan was born in 1890 near Warsaw, Poland, with a rare condition called hypertrichosis or werewolf syndrome. From his head to his toes, Stephan's entire body was covered in thick hair that gave him the appearance of a lion. This unique physical trait became the foundation of his career in show business. Stephan's journey into the world of performance started in Europe, where his appearance caught the attention of showmen. By the early 20th century, Stephan's fame had crossed the Atlantic, and he was performing in the United States with popular circuses such as Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey. He became a household name, captivating audiences with his lion-like appearance and gentle demeanor. There are also numerous other circus freaks who have left their mark on the world of performance and entertainment. Their captivating stories serve as a reminder that what some may perceive as odd or abnormal can often be the source of incredible strength and beauty. They continue to inspire us to embrace diversity and redefine what it means to be normal. Their legacy lives on not only in the history of the circus but also in our collective understanding of acceptance and self-love. We hope this video has shed some light on the lives of these remarkable individuals and their contributions to the world of entertainment. If you have any more circus freaks you would like us to cover, let us know in the comments below. Also, if you love what you just watched, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating content.